Okay, so we live in this age, right, where tech news just hits us constantly. It feels like, warp speed change.
It really does. And that's what makes this article we're looking at today so interesting.
Yeah, this piece by Kadir Kubashik, he throws out a pretty challenging idea.
He really does.
Yeah.
He asks if comparing our current digital revolution to the Industrial Revolution is what he calls a dangerous illusion.
A dangerous illusion. Wow. Okay, so what's the core of his argument? Why is it dangerous?
Well, he suggests our sort of standard understanding of the Industrial Revolution might actually be blinding us to what's different this time, fundamentally different.
Right. So let's maybe quickly recap the Industrial Revolution first,
Yeah.
just to set the stage.
Good idea. We're talking late 18th century, primarily.
Hmm.
The big shift was moving from manual labor, human and animal power, to machines.
Powered by steam, mostly, like automated weaving looms, steam trains, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And it caused huge societal shifts, people moving to cities, the rise of a working class,
Yeah.
big wealth gaps opening up.
But, and this seems key to Kubashik's point, the machines augmented physical labor. They didn't really replace the need for human thinking, right?
Precisely. Human intellect, our ability to manage, maintain, design, adapt, that remained central. New types of jobs appeared that needed those skills.
Okay, so contrast that with the digital revolution. This is where Kubashik sees the major, maybe dangerous difference.
Yeah, because it's not just about physical tasks anymore. The core threat, he argues, is to mental labor, cognitive work.
Through AI and automation, we see AI doing things that frankly seem like science fiction not long ago.
Absolutely. Complex decision-making, learning from data, even mimicking creativity in some ways.
And it's hitting everywhere, not just factories, banking, healthcare engineering,
Yeah,
even art and writing.
that's his point. It's not just low-skill jobs this time.
Mhm.
High-skill professions, the ones requiring years of training, they're potentially on the chopping block too.
Which leads him to some pretty sobering potential consequences.
Very sobering. He talks about the real possibility of massive unemployment on a scale we've just never seen.
And the knock-on effects, like large-scale migrations, social unrest.
Potential societal collapse even. Extreme income inequality far beyond what the Industrial Revolution caused.
And he pushes back hard on the idea that, oh, don't worry, new jobs will just appear like they did last time.
Yeah, he explicitly rejects that. He thinks this time is fundamentally different because it's human intellect itself that's being challenged, eventually made dysfunctional, as he puts it.
Wow, dysfunctional. That's a strong word. It implies a kind of obsolescence.
It does. He worries about a future where human worth itself is devalued because machines can do so much of what we currently value as human contribution.
So his conclusion is, well, it's pretty bleak, isn't it?
It is. He calls the digital revolution potentially humanity's last act.
Goodness. Leaving behind a cold and merciless world of machines. That's quite the final thought from him.
It really paints a picture. So boiling it down, his core contrast is industrial revolution boosted physical power, digital revolution threatens to replace mental power.
And his outlook on that replacement is deeply pessimistic regarding jobs, society, the whole structure.
Definitely. He sees it as a unique, perhaps existential challenge.
So for you listening, grappling with Kubashik's perspective, it really makes you think. If he's even partially right, if cognitive automation continues like this, what does that mean for us? For our understanding of work, of value, of how society is even structured?
Yeah, what fundamental shifts would we need to even consider to navigate an era where human intellect isn't the primary economic driver anymore?
It's a huge question, definitely something to mull over.